Logical consciousness. For those engineers and technology degree holding, machine gun carrying soldiers, and cancer removing surgeons, consciousness logically has an accepted psychology allowing those humans to complete tasks normally an incompetent human could not do. No matter how well trained a human gets and how much they learn to achieve those same practices and skills, until they're professionally recognized, they graduate boot camp, pass exams to be certified, recognized. Professionals. They're normal humans. Lacking agreement from other humans. They are good enough, they are trained enough and skilled to be those warriors and doctors. Logical consciousness. For humans in economical limitations, go to work, go to a second job, pay the rent, buy what they can, and repeat. Repetitive psychological behavior. And their consciousness sees what they do, hears what they're feeling, and another human who works in a building across the street from one of their 2 or 3 jobs or their 4 to make rent in Seattle, work many hours similar to an example previously provided. They work for Facebook and Microsoft and Google. They're doctors in hospitals and psychiatrists in mental health organizations. And when they feel the need, they take a vacation. They work from home for a day to have a break from their office. They go to fancy, elegant restaurants. They have their food ordered from New York City to Seattle to feed their family. They drive BMWs. They take airplanes over oceans and trains across a country where they live now. They have bedrooms instead of a studio apartment. They have bathrooms instead of an apartment shared facility shower. Their consciousness, in other words, has more input. They hear different voices in different places other than their workplaces and their small living home. And their consciousness has logic for dollars and cents in their bank accounts, savings, and retirement options for when they get older and can retire. And similar to example 1, similar goals. Working towards a home, working towards food, working towards safety and security. Except example 1 uses logic and consciousness to survive. Logic and consciousness are all that example 1 has to not be homeless and suffer, to not be dominated by some thug gangster who wants them to buy their drugs, to have an addiction to fund their needs as a human. Logical consciousness happens for rich people and poor people, causes repetitiveness, though, for the richer, more powerful, more intelligent and brilliant and genius, less bothersome, with their novelty for exciting vacations to beautiful lands and smooth, calm rides in their vehicles, in their pretty homes, with their LED lightings, and kitchen the size of a master bedroom in a house. Logical consciousness has to do with what psychology and behavior and psychiatry and medicines and prescriptions argue they accomplish with their system and their processes to use eye contact, tone of voice for emotion, gesture and posture for a reward, and time as stimulation and novelty. Keeping the parameters of what they're doing contained more and more and more within a bigger system of economics with processes, genius and brilliant and intelligent thinkers solve and make choices with their theories and their philosophies and their mathematics they learned in those universities and colleges where they studied after high school, where they learned from scholarships, from professors and college instructors and teachers who gave them the information they needed and must have to be successful. But where the logic begins to fail has to do with attending college and graduating and not receiving a degree necessary for a lucrative, high-paying career and job in a workplace with University of Washington doctors and nurses, MIT and Caltech engineers with smart cars at Google, and not having any options to continue a logical process to learn more and be better. And be less constrained by a consciousness of logic, limited in a system with processes, those financially high bank account dollar owners, $1 million house buyers have from when they start, when they began, to where they are now, from the numbers they learned, the rules they followed, and the instructions they acknowledged to be famous and smart